How did the Nazis gain power in the span of just a few years? In the late 1920s, popular support for the Weimar Republic came under scrutiny with the Great Depression, sending millions into unemployment. Desperate, people turned to the Nazi Party, whose leader Adolf Hitler promised he could return the German people to glory and unity, with economic revival and undoing the Treaty of Versailles, problems he blamed on Jews and communists. The party received support from many young people, who saw Hitler as a strong man, while also being backed by some big businesses. The Nazis also hired SA officers, charged with intimidating political opponents. From 1928 to 1932, votes from the Nazi Party went from 800,000 to 14 million, making it the most popular party in the country. However, this was not enough for a majority of the seats in the Reichstag, and a slight economic recovery made the Nazis lose even more votes. Regardless, under pressure from the Nazis and their voters, President Paul von Hindenburg named Hitler Chancellor on January 30th, 1933, a position that dictated the guidelines of government. From that point on, it took 53 days for the Nazis to dismantle German democracy. In February, the Reichstag was set on fire, with the main suspect being a Dutch communist. The Nazis used this as justification to cut down anyone who stood in their way, culminating in the Reichstag Fire Decree. This suspended civil liberties like freedom of expression and right to fair trial, but Hitler's grip on Germany wasn't final. Yet. Just a month later, new elections were held, and despite the Nazis throwing 10,000 members of the Communist Party into concentration camps, they received 44% of the Reichstag seats, still not a majority. However, this didn't stop Hitler from getting what he wanted. On March 23, 1933, the Reichstag met to vote on a new law, the Enabling Act, which would effectively allow Hitler to enact new laws without the approval of anyone. Although the Nazis alone didn't have enough seats to pass the law, it did so anyway, with 82% of the vote. This may have had something to do with armed members of the SS and SA being inside the building, or that the Nazis struck a deal with the Center Catholic Party. With no one left to challenge them, Hitler and the Nazis could now implement their extreme agenda. They locked up political opponents, purged Jews from governmental positions, removed trade unions, and enacted intense propaganda, burning books with different ideas. Despite all this, the Nazis maintained a facade of law and order, arguing their actions were legal. The Reichstag was still used throughout the remaining 12 years of the Third Reich, keeping the facade of legitimacy, even though every seat was a Nazi one, approving all of Hitler's decisions. And that is how the Nazis gained power so quickly, because they mostly legally dismantled democracy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more.